Hello, y'all. This is Uncle Steven. It's 10:31 a.m. at 12/14/2019. Well, I'm doing the video because maybe I don't live an exciting life. I don't. I'm sorry, but I'm still having problems, and I'm still asking everybody out there that knows me that I'm having problems with my ear and I'm having whistling in the ear. It's because of the process. It has something to do with the brain and a bunch of other things. But I was reading. I wasn't reading. I was watching this video last night. I've been having trouble sleeping, and especially at night. And I've only been getting about anywhere from 3 to 5 hours of sleep. Unless I take pills, I've been having trouble sleeping. And the reason I'm having trouble sleeping is because Christmas is coming, and I get right around this month. Every month, I don't know what it is. Every month, I'm having mental issues, and especially during the holidays, because of my mental illness. I have this mental illness. I have schizophrenia and epilepsy, and it's pretty bad, And because I have all these problems, I tend to post videos on YouTube, and I was just thinking, even though my home is in bad shape and everything, compared to those people in Los Angeles and San Francisco and West Virginia and New York City, did you know that in New York City, an average place to live in good condition costs $2,700 every month to live on, and the United States government is flipping that bill every month. Apartment complex that is like I guess it's a one-bedroom apartment in a piss poor neighborhood, in an area where there's hardly any money or everything. The United States government pays for a place like that $2,700 a month, and the place is raggedy and junky, and the place has got code violations. But here where I live, $2,700 a month, golly, you could buy yourself a reasonable house. You could get yourself a place to live decently. The rent, man, you could live in high society in the best location in Clovis and Portales area here in New Mexico. But New York City, where people get what they call public housing, and they make the landlords over there, for every house development that you built, 20% of that they give you tax deductions for public housing. And yet these places that are 100 and they're anywhere between 25 to 100 years old, and they're really rotty homes. I mean, these homes are terrible looking. They're rat infested, they're roach infested, they're junky homes. And then there's out of that, there's like 30 or 40% of New Yorkers that are homeless. Man, how as a country, as a people, how can we treat others that way? The Bible says, love thy neighbor as you would love yourself. If you love yourself enough to get yourself a good place to live, don't you think you should do the same thing for the poor and the needy and the elderly and disabled? I don't understand why, as a country. We, as a country, has billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, yet we're in a deficit to other countries because of President Ronald Reagan, because of President Trump, because of all these Republicans. I was a Republican for years, all because of Mr. Bush. And they were spending money left and right on stuff that's not needed. I watched this video, and I wish I could show it to you, whatever the case is, and I just can't. And it really pisses me off. Because I'm an American citizen, and I don't understand how, as an American citizen, and my mobile home, I live in a mobile home. I'm not rich. I don't live in a mansion. I don't live in a huge place. I don't see how anybody could live in so bad of poverty. Did you know in Richmond, Virginia, near Richmond, Virginia, which is about a population of 130,000, out of that, almost 35 to 40% of people in that area are so poor that they can't survive. They live on minimum wage, and the prices of a place to live. Did you? So expensive, it's pathetic. Did you know some people? Did you know in dumpsters is considered stealing if you go inside Richmond, Virginia, to feed yourself? If you need something to eat and you need help, there is no place to get any help. There is no place, because if you eat out of a dumpster, it is considered stealing. How is it stealing if someone throws it away? Doesn't make any sense. You know, in San Francisco, if the homeless situation is so bad there, and yet President Trump says these damn people, blah blah blah, and all, that, man, this is a shame, and all. It says, well, it's only a shame because he's a billionaire. He's not willing to do anything to help anybody. Why, Mr. Trump? Why? Why won't you give the money that the government needs to give in order for these people to be able to find a place to live? I live out here in the country. I have a home that I bought outright. I paid $27,500 for it, and that was cash. I paid cash for it. And I should be thankful that I have a place to live, and I am. My home is falling apart. That's only because I'm disabled. I'm on disability, and I'm on Social Security, and I know a lot of people that are worse off than I. One is a kid I consider to be mine. His name is Cliff. I can't tell his last name. And, he's applied for disability Social Security because he's like me. We both have mental illnesses. I don't know if he's schizophrenic or not. I think he probably is. And, and he's got a lot of problems. And he needs help. And his mom and dad, they're his real mother and father. They're not really there for him. They don't see the problem because they don't want to see the problem. They're not good parents. Good parents are ones that love their kids no matter what their situation is, no matter what goes on. And I'm laying in my bed because I just barely woke up. I've been having lots of problems sleeping at night. I don't know why. This always happens. Always happens every year. It happens every year. And right around this time. It's because I can't get to sleep. And I'm depressed. And I'm going to be moving out of this room. I think I'm going to go down today and go get some 3/4 inch plywood and replace the back bedroom. I'm going to take out all the carpet. And that's what my plans are today, is to start ripping that floor out and get that room done. And I just want to be able to help these people. As a person disabled because I'm mentally ill, I see this as a problem. I see our nation, we don't seem to care as a nation about what's right and wrong. I think this is election year, and it really disturbs me as a country that we got all kinds of money to pay for women from different countries like Africa and all these African countries. They see us as a very rich nation. Well, what they don't see is they see this as a land of opportunity, but what they don't see is how bad and how poor everybody actually is. And I wish these people would go to YouTube and look up on how people are so poor. And then maybe they'll think to themselves, well, I guess I'm better off to live in my own country. Because if you saw what I saw on this video on YouTube about the poor, you probably would not want to come here to America. And I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have the money. We don't have the resources we need, you know. And I just wish that people could see that. We got it good here. I might not be able to go gold prospecting and get out and do a lot of things. I might not be able to do a whole lot, but I am planning to get out today, and I plan to go dumpster diving. You know, unlike Virginia, New Mexico is not considered stolen property. Why? Why would you put a person in prison for taking food out of a dumpster just so they could take care of themselves? Why? Makes no sense to me. Or taking metal out of the dumpster so they could take, you know, they're not putting, if you don't put it in the landfill and it's still good, why do this? Why take advantage of people? Why? I guess this 15-minute video doesn't really explain how I feel. You know? I wish I could tell my mom the same thing, and you know, just my biological mother said, look, I'm not happy with the situation with me, and get her where she cares and gives a damn. At least I have a good stepmother. She's not my biological stepmother. Mom, if you're watching these videos, and I hope you are, man, you know, Mama Manuelita, I tried to explain how I feel, and being mentally ill, it's no fun. You know, John's got his problems. I have mine. I can't sleep. I'm having problems sleeping again, and I can't get to bed. And I'm taking a vitamin called D3, which is supposed to help me because I'm not getting enough sunlight. And I'm gaining weight. I don't like it. It's really bothering me. I'm eating too much. So anybody that's out there that knows what it's like, I'm just telling you, please, if you're living in New Mexico and you have a place to live, be happy you have that. Because there's places like it, Los Angeles, and New York, and Houston, Texas, and Detroit. A lot of people are homeless and living on the street. Like I said, between 35 and 40% of people that live in New York are homeless. That's not good. And people are supposed to make it on $9 an hour. $9 an hour here in Portales in January, when minimum wage goes up, that's a paradise. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're living in a paradise compared to places like in New York. I hope someone gets something out of this video. I hope somebody realizes that we need a better America. We need people that care. And I'm hoping that somebody out there will listen to me and say, hey, here I am. Please, let's get our country and our people off the streets. Because during the 1930s, when we were in the Great Depression, there was a president of the United States, I can't remember his name, that he gave the poor a place to live while they went to take care of themselves. And I think we need to go through that again. We need that as a nation. Y'all have a good day in the name of Jesus Christ. Remember to love those and love thy neighbor as you would yourself, and love your God with all your heart and all your soul. Y'all have a good day. Bye.